Right? The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time there was a prince whose dearest wish was to marry a princess, but only a true princess would do. In order to find her, he traveled far and wide all over the land. He met young princesses and old ones, beautiful princesses and plain ones, rich princesses and poor ones, but there was always something that was not quite right with each of them. The prince began to despair. He called together his courtiers and announced, "I have failed to find my dream princess. We will go home to our palace without delay." One dark night, back at his palace, there was the most tremendous storm. Lightning flashed across the sky and thunder buffeted the thick palace walls. The prince and his parents were talking in the drawing room. He was telling them all about his hopeless search for a perfect princess to marry. "Don't despair, dear," said his mother, the queen. "Who knows what surprises the future may hold? You could find your perfect princess when you least expect to." Just then they heard a tiny tip-tapping at the window. The prince opened it, and standing there before him was a very beautiful but very wet young lady. Her dress was dripping. Her hair was dripping, Her dress was soaked through, and she was shivering in cold. "I am a princess," she told the prince, "and I am lost. Please may I come in and shelter from the rain?" The prince was astonished. He asked the girl into the palace, and then he turned to the queen and whispered in her ear, "Oh, mother, she is enchanting, but how can I be sure she really is a princess?" "Leave it to me," said his mother, and she hurried off to have a bedroom prepared for the pretty girl. First the queen placed a little green pea on the mattress. Then she ordered the servants to bring 20 thick mattresses and 20 feather quilts, which they piled on top of the pea. The princess needed a very tall ladder to climb into the bed that night. The next morning at breakfast, the queen asked the princess if she had slept well. "I had the most awful night," said the princess. "I don't know what it was, but there was a hard lump under my bed, and it kept me awake all night, and now I'm absolutely covered in bruises." "At last," the queen exclaimed, "our search is over. We have found a true princess for our son. Only a real princess would have skin so tender that she could feel a pea through 20 mattresses and 20 feather quilts." The prince was overjoyed, and he and the princess were soon married. As for the little green pea, the prince had a special cabinet made, and it was put on display in the Royal Museum, where it can still be seen today. The end. Hope you enjoyed the story. Night.